there, it's Kevin with Roguedeckbuilder.com, here with number 6 in our countdown of the top 10 rogue cards from M15. This one is Hornet's Nest, or Hornet Nest. And this card makes me think of cards like Boros Reckoner and Stuffy Doll, where doing damage to your own creature can actually be advantageous, but really reminds me of the Boros Reckoner, as you're giving your opponent some pretty bad options to attack in. If they attack into Hornet's Nest, and say with like a Plukernos and you block it, that is 5/1/1 insect tokens with Death Touch that you're going to get on the battlefield. Good luck with that, as they can take out any creatures in your monsters deck from then on out. I mean, they can block the Stormbreath Dragons, they can block Reaper the Wilds, they can block Courser Crewfix, anything in that deck, they can just one-for-one them. So again, this is a great stall card. I think that it definitely needs some attention to build around. And with every other card I've had in the countdown, I have made a deck for it. This is another standard deck. So I'm going to bring it up here. So there's a couple options you can go. You can either kind of go blue for Is It Staticaster. Is It Staticaster just seems too much fun with both Boros Reckoner and the Hornet's Nest, as you can get a Death Touch, flying Death Touch token every turn with Is It Staticaster and Hornet's Nest. And then you can kind of go this Battlefield Thaumaturge route with Aurelius Fury and Flames of the Firebrand, and then you can just decide to only deal 1 damage to the Hornet's Nest, and then you can deal the other damage elsewhere. Now, of course, Gorgon's Head goes good with this if you're going to go with a Death Touch theme. So what I've kind of made here is a Fight Club, good old RG Fight Club, and then it's your color of your choice or exactly how you want to take this. White adds a lot of indestructible effects. You have Boros Charms, Indestructibility, as well as Rootborn Defenses. And again, Rootborn Defenses is kind of cool because you can give your guy indestructible, and if you happen to have any tokens, you can actually populate another one of those Death Touch tokens. So, you know, what's wrong with greed? Greed's good. So this is kind of a little monster shell. Since we're going to be using Elvish Mystics, you might as well still go the turn 1 Elvish Mystic, turn 2 Domri Courser. And then you can have the Hornet's Nest for turn number 2 if that doesn't pan out. But Cetizen's Tactics definitely feels like the best fight card because you can actually strive it. So fighting is really good. First of all, fighting, you can fight your Death Touch tokens and kill anything, any creature on the battlefield. But secondly, you can actually force your wall, your 0/2 wall, to fight another target creature. This creature fights another target creature. So let me read the ruling on the Hornet's Nest real quick here. So whenever it's dealt damage, put that many tokens. Yes, so it's any damage. Any damage is good. So you can actually make your Hornet's Nest fight your Plukernos and put in 5/1/1 Death Touchers. I can't see anything wrong with that. Again, good luck dealing with 5/1/1 Death Touchers in the format right now. We'll just shut down so many decks. There still is like Anger of the Gods and Supreme Verdict and Drown in Sorrow, Bile Blight. I understand that, but still, you're usually getting value out of your Hornet's Nest, and then those tokens are basically, you know, free. They're nice little additions to it. So again, in the Fight Club, whoops, we're adding way too many Domries here. I don't think we're allowed to play 8 Domries in the format. Again, Boros Reckoner can be a great card in this because you will be fighting stuff. You have other options to fight as well. You have cards like Pit Fight and Time to Feed. Again, green adds some indestructible effects through Mortal's Resolve. You have some other Death Touchers instead, Scorpion, Wasteland Viper, and whatnot. So I do think the Flames of the Firebrand definitely could use some attention in this deck because you can divide 2 damage to wherever. Say you have 2 Hornet's Nests out, you can do 1/1 and then 1 damage elsewhere and still keep those Hornet's Nest alive. Any of the gods is pretty nice. You could actually, if you're running it in like the Courser or Crewfix decks, your Courser will survive, your Plukernos will survive, and you get a hopefully wipe their board against another aggressive deck, and then put in 3/1/1 Hornet tokens with Lying in Death Touch, of course. So I'm really, really liking this card. I'm sure this will be one of my very first brews that I'm going to try to mess around with. Again, blue with the Battlefield Thaumaturge, we get 1 card that I can think of. You can actually go if you're going to go the Battlefield Thaumaturge route, there's a lot of cards that maybe don't necessarily interact with Hornet's Nest, but are just good in general, as like Hour of Need, if you wanted to turn your Death Touch Hornets into 4/4 flyers instead, and even still like Glimpse of the Sun God. There's plenty of cards that I think are still viable if you want to go the Battlefield Thaumaturge route. I don't know if this card would actually make it if you're just going to splash. If you do, just splash for the, like, is it Staticaster? I'd have to look at some other blue cards in the format. There might be some that are I'm not thinking of at the moment. They could actually split damage, or I don't know, do something. I'm thinking maybe like catch release or a way to gain control of a creature. Harnessed by Force might go on this, because then you can, of course, make them fight with Domri, fight another creature and whatnot. But I think that's getting really greedy at that point. I think this shell is the right shell to go, as it is monsters. It's proven to work, and then you get some cool little Citizen Tactics type abilities and whatnot with the Hornet's Nest. But anyway, the one card out of M15 that we do get that actually goes with Battlefield Thaumaturge really nicely is Cone of Flame. Again, you can do 1 damage to the Hornet Nest. You do 2 damage to one of their creatures or player, and then 3 damage to a third creature or player. So very, very good little interaction with the Battlefield Thaumaturge. Would reduce the cost by anywhere from 2 to 3, depending on how many creatures are being targeted. So that's pretty efficient for 2 red mana. Anyway, again, really, really sweet card. Artwork could have been a little bit cooler. I mean, the artwork's fine on it, but it just shows a little hornet and a nest. So I don't know what I was expecting from Hornet's Nest. Maybe someone getting stung by a mass of hornets. I kind of wish that Magic would go back to kind of the comical art. I've been playing some Kaijudo lately. By the way, we are going to be starting a Kaijudo channel for all those that are interested. Kaijudo is it is a nice little break from Magic. It is so much fun, and I love the art on Kaijudo. It's so cartoony, and sometimes it's nice to have, instead of such realistic art, just having some cartoony fun art. So anyway, not a bad card, and it makes my number 6, so be sure to click on the link coming up here for the number 5 card. This has been Kevin with Roguedeckbuilder.com. Thanks for watching.